This is a foam roller single leg hinge, really kind of teaching us what that hinge position looks like as we get length through the glutes and really fire up the backside. So I'm gonna take my foam roller and place it right against the wall, and I'm holding it in place with my knee. The biggest thing here as we get into our setup, we want that weight over the midfoot. So if I look down, I want my knee right over my midfoot versus my knee coming kind of back and over my heel. So you want to actively press into the foam roller and find your foot in a position where you can have that knee right over the midfoot, because that's where we want to feel that weight and sensation. As we kind of hinge back, we want that movement to come from the glutes, lengthening on the backside versus that rounding through the low back. So we want to keep this headlight open. If I had a headlight on my sits bones kind of facing back, and we want to keep our sternum lifted, not crouched down, and exhaling those ribs back. So we can start by giving a nice exhale, getting these low ribs back in space, and finding our footing with that knee right over the midfoot. I'm gonna take the right side and kind of think about dropping the knee nice and long so I can get into that little hip shift position. In this position, my left leg is against the knee, so the majority of the weight is in my left foot. Remember, knee over midfoot. I'm gonna think about my right knee going long, so I'm in that hip shifted position. Majority of the weight is on the left side. I'm gonna think about exhaling the ribs back and actively lengthening the booty back behind me. Good. So as we go back, we find that length, weight over the midfoot. Imagine the sits bones lengthening on the backside, ribs stay back, and sternum stays up. And come back. So right knee stays long, weight majority on the left side, thinking about hinging back. We're not lunging down, this is a hinge, so sending the booty back, finding that length through the backside. So this is your single leg hinge, keeping the sternum up, sits bones opening on the backside, and up. You should really feel the hamstrings and the glutes in this position, not the low back. Same thing goes and applies when you switch sides, thinking about that knee right over the midfoot. Thinking about the left knee going long, shifting the majority of the weight on this right side. Length on the back side, and then come up. So you should feel the glute working super hard. This is your single leg hinge with foam roller, just giving you that sensation of how we're gonna translate to a hinge and where we want that weight and pressure in the midfoot. This foam roller is just acting like a little bit of a reference point to get you that sensation of the glutes lengthening on the backside.